Hello, Periscope. Oh, I'm with Tali.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
We're lying here. It's about all we're capable of right now. She's got her phone here.
Look. Double periscope. Hang on. Hang on, I'm just gonna.
No one wants to watch this.
Hang on, I'm gonna close it.
This did actually start as a serious thing. Okay, she's turned it off.
All right, here we go.
Oh, we're here in the park, and we haven't caught up together for such a long time because Tali lives in Melbourne now.
Boom.
Yeah, which is fine, but she's here in Brisbane, and some of you might know that I was meant to be running a guided meditation in Brisbane tonight and a healing circle for my Connected Brisbane event, and that I made the very difficult call this morning to cancel it after deliberating on it for the last probably 4 days. I've been sick for a week and a half and haven't really shown any signs of getting better. And was just living in hope, actually, for quite a long time that it would all be okay. And I was really hoping to get to Tali's gig on Sunday. And I was too sick to go to that. That's when it really dawned on me that Connected might not go ahead, even though I was really disappointed about that. Like, I just didn't want to think about it. So I just put it in the back of my mind, and I was like, no, I'll be better. It's okay. Like, I've had this sickness for long enough. Like, surely I'll be better. And yesterday I had a really bad day being sick, and I was in a lot of pain, and the sickness just wasn't getting any better. So I thought about it. I didn't feel it, I didn't allow myself to feel it at that moment in time, but I just was in my mind space, and I thought that the best thing to do would be to cancel it. But I wasn't really asking my heart about that. So I talked it over with my husband, and then he put all this doubt in my mind. And then I didn't know what to do, and I was really conflicted.
To be fair, he was very encouraging.
Oh, yeah, yes. So, no, I didn't mean that for that to be a negative thing,
Yeah.
You're right. But he was encouraging, and
Yes.
that put doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
That, and you can see that I'm out of the house right now, and there is every chance that I could have gone ahead tonight and facilitated a group, but I wouldn't have been 100% present, I don't think, and I wouldn't have been able to give 100% of my energy to the people who have paid to come. So I've cancelled the event now, and I just wanted to tell you a bit about how that decision-making process happened. So last night I started crafting an email to the venue owner to cancel my space. I was like, I've decided, thought about it, processed it in here, and I've decided that that's what I want to do. So I was halfway through that email, and I felt I've had really bad ear pain and pressure and stuff, and I felt some relief there. And I was like, oh, maybe this is a sign. Maybe I'm not meant to send this email right now. Maybe I'm going to be feeling better tomorrow. And because I had been thinking about it so much in my head, I was worried. I wanted to give people heaps of notice and be really respectful to everyone involved. And so I wanted to make the call as early as I possibly could, even if it meant potentially recovering the next day and then being disappointed. But I texted Tali. So she's been a huge part of this decision-making process. So it seems appropriate that we're here together doing this now. So I slept on it, and sleeping on it, I think, is always...
Yeah.
Oh, it's always a good thing to do.
It is.
Like, late at night is not the time to be making decisions.
Late at night is not a decision-making time.
No.
Never, ever.
No, it's really not. And so I slept on it, and I was like, okay, if I feel better in the morning, I'm going to the doctor, like, let's see if I feel better, and then I can decide if I'm up for it or not. And I didn't see any improvement in my symptoms, unfortunately, this morning. My doctor said that it's likely that I'll have this for another week or so.
Boo. Boo hairs.
Just like based on what she's observed, other people having similar stuff. So, yeah, I called Tali, and she really talked me through it, and we talked about options, and we were still in that thinky space, I think, for a long time. We're talking about how it affects other people, and we were really getting into that mind chatter a lot. And then she said to me, just check in with yourself. And like, what great advice. Like I know, and that's exactly what I would say to someone else, but I wasn't able to be there for myself and do that. So how can I make this better? So I checked in with myself, and she said to me, which option makes you... What's the word you used?
Yeah, it was imagine the end of each scenario and
Yeah.
how you feel at the end of each scenario. So go through the motions in your mind of what it would be like to actually do the event and how you feel at the end of that. And then go through the motions of what it would feel like to cancel the event and how do you feel at the end of that.
Yeah, you said expansive. You said which one
whichever-
makes you
Yes.
feel the most expansive.
Whichever decision makes you feel the most expansive is the one you need to choose.
Yeah. I just love that so much. And so I really did that. And at the time, I still wasn't sure. Like, I was getting a bit of a conflicted result from, like, internally inside my own body. And then we added this other option, which was for us to catch up, which was our original plan. And to continue cancel the event, but for me to still come and to spend time with Tali. And that, then I felt it. I felt that expansion. I felt that shift, and I felt that joy, and I actually started crying.
Aww,
Remember?
Yes, I
like,
know.
This is out of control. Like, it just affirmed to me so much that it's like, and it gave me permission to cancel an event on the day it was happening without feeling guilty, because I knew that it was the right thing to do. And so I spent the next half an hour organising all of that, and everyone wrote back to me and said, get better soon and do things that heal you, and it was perfectly fine. I haven't had any negative repercussions from that at all, and I feel really great about having a relaxing day, because I don't really think I'd be capable of much more, to be honest. So I want to recover so that I can make sure that my next event is really awesome.
And the park has been really restorative, hasn't it?
Definitely. Yeah, it's been beautiful. It's a beautiful day in Brisbane. I don't know if you saw Tali's Periscope before. I'm sitting here in Brisbane, but it's just lovely. And feel free to, if you're there, feel free to write a comment or to tap the screen to send a heart to say that you're enjoying what you're hearing here.
I wonder if the people who are watching, if they have questions about decisions that they are struggling with, that they might want to, ask.
Yeah.
About how to make that decision from a heart space rather than a head space.
Oh, it's really...
Yeah, do you want me to hold it?
Yeah, you hold it.
Sorry, you're doing all the heavy lifting here.
Seemed like a really good idea.
Yeah, lying down seems really nice.
No, it is nice.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So whoever's watching live, do you want to type out a question or a decision that you're struggling with, and what is the more expansive option? It always feels so weird when you ask people to interact, because there's always a delay, because people are typing away frantically and we're just lying here.
Yeah, I don't mind lying here.
You don't mind?
No. Well, while people are thinking about that, if they're going to, then do you want to maybe tell your story about how you had a similar experience?
Oh, yeah, sure. So recently, yeah, so ooh. Hi Leaf. Leaf wanted to join. So as Naomi said, I recently moved to Melbourne, and the reason why I came up here was to do a sacred singing event, and I wanted to do something similar in Melbourne, and I was really struggling to find a venue. Like no one was getting back to me, and I would be like calling people multiple times and leaving emails and phone messages, and I got to a point where I was getting really frustrated. I was like, I wanted to do it in late August, and I felt like I was running out of time, and in the end I just realized that I needed to surrender.
You're thinking too much.
Yeah, I was overthinking it way too much, and I was like, the right thing will come up at the right time. I've put out enough energy. I've put out enough requests to people that I'm sure something will come up. And a few weeks ago, I caught up with my friend Sammy, and we started exploring the idea of doing a workshop together. And so we are going to combine forces, really, with my sacred singing and her energy work. And she contacted one venue and they immediately said yes. So yeah, I really do believe in the power of letting your intuition and let your heart lead.
I love that story. And I think if you had kept pushing,
yeah,
then I don't know whether you would have achieved, or you would have got such a great venue.
Well, that's right. And I think that you can accomplish a lot through pushing. I know I have, but the end result is not as satisfying as when you allow life to carry you in its own timing, in its own divine timing. And that's really hard as a recovering control freak.
Definitely.
Just to let go and trust that things are unfolding exactly as they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like in my situation, it's hard to let go of the control of like a business decision, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I used to be the sort of person who would push through here. Who would push through if I was feeling sick. And I've seen the negative effects of that on other people.
Of course.
And it's never worth it.
No.
It's never worth it.
No.
And you showed me that. You reminded me of that this morning because you were telling me a story about seeing other people that have rocked up at work, because of deadlines or whatever, and they just haven't cared about how sick they are. They're not caring about infecting other people or about honouring their own body. And that really struck a chord with me. And so it made it a lot easier for me to make that decision.
Yeah.
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 Oh well, I realised that before we were asking people to type, but you have to be a follower of me to ask to engage with my periscopes. So yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
everyone.
only just remembered that when you were talking.
Okay.
There's a plane. So if you click on the little in your little icon thing down the bottom, I think that you have the option to follow me if you're not following me already. If you want to have a chat to us, otherwise. We might say goodbye, but feel free to send us a heart by tapping the screen.
We love hearts.
If you want to do that, that'd be great.
Ooh, hello. All right, should we show them what we're looking at? Let's.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
That's our view right now.
That's our view. Isn't it lovely? Look, no clouds in the sky. There were lots of birds before, but not so much now.
They're quiet now.
Yeah.
Well,
Should we turn around again?
no, let's just say goodbye.
Okay.
See you next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.